Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. Oh, and we were yakking away, just enjoying the conversation, Terry. And the next thing you know, it's like, we should probably start and share some of this information with the community here.
I love it.
Hey, thank you everyone for joining us. If you're joining us live, all the gratitude in the world. If you're going to be listening later or at another time in the future, do like and comment and share, and make sure that you extend the invitation for others to join the Pirate Broadcast, because we're always bringing interesting people doing interesting things. And today is no exception. We have Terry Earthwind Nichols on the program again, a pirate that I just wanted to invite back and make sure that we check in with him, because he's got some exciting things to share and updates and information that might be interesting and useful for you. So thank you, Terry, for being here. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Russ, and thanks for having me back. You know, I'm often quoted as saying, if you can be anything, be kind. And that's all about you, man. You know, and I tease him. I call him the pirate captain, and you got a great show here with great folks, and I love just sharing and presenting for it. You know, and we have a lot of fun the last time we were on, and I'm looking to do the same thing. We almost jumped off and missed the start just because we were having so much fun talking.
Well, you know, the reality is, Terry, and I know that this is something that you can resonate with, is the idea that we all have a gift. We all have a message. We all have something that we can bring to the table. And when you start getting involved in that conversation, we always get a little passionate about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're helping. And when you're out to add value, it makes it so much easier to have a conversation around it. So I just wanted to extend the invitation. We've got people from all over the world here joining us. Jimmy Jam is here. I woke up thinking about Jimmy Jam because I know that you guys know each other. And James, let's catch up. I would love to have a conversation with you. We got to get back on track. And also, I wanted to find out a little bit more about this idea and the concept that you were talking to me about before we started the show. But first off, I want to have you share, for anyone that may not have met you yet or hasn't been aware of you or doesn't know you, who's Terry Nichols? Who's Terry?
Yeah, who is he? He's a complicated guy. He's all over the place. You know, I'm doing a lot of things. My wife and I, back in 2012, started a little mom and pop consulting and coaching operation for health and wellness people. And since then, it's evolved into 6 continents, 6 languages, 27 U.S. states, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We went up from my followers on LinkedIn, for instance, went from 1,700 on January 1st, 2020 to 47,900 today.
Wow.
You know, and it's doing what? It's being out there. It's being real. It's being authentic, putting out the stuff that you see and hear in such a way that it can help someone. You know, I have a giveaway on our website. It's called a Vision Strategy Roadmap. There's no opt-in. You just go and download it. Have fun. There are our presentation 1 sheets. Download it. Have fun. We don't care about grabbing email addresses or anything like that, other than those people who reach out to us and want to have a conversation and want to expand on that and work with us in various ways. I have 5 mentees in 3 continents right now. You know, just we're just doing a lot of things, and publishing, working on my 7th book. So
congratulations.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. We talked a little bit about the concept
Yeah.
earlier. Maybe we'll get into that. So yeah, that's a lot about what I do. One of the main things that I'm big on is I stop the repetitive behaviors around PTSD, suicide ideation, all that stuff,
Mm.
right here online on a camera with my clients in about 2-3 hours. We find a amnesic memory in their early childhood that drives these adult behaviors. And
Mm.
then it's done. It's a one and done deal, and we work with them for 30 days, help them self repattern themselves. We don't give them stuff. We help them with their own way of grabbing a hold. You can have a mantra, say it all day long and really love it, but it's not yours. But you
Right.
create the wording for yourself and it's yours. You own it and it doesn't go away. So those are the big things that we do. It's a lot of fun. And we talk about the consortium a little bit, maybe too.
Yeah, yeah, and one thing I want to mention is we have an opportunity, Terry, because I've been doing this giveaway every morning, so if you have something you want to give away to one of the community members, I would love the opportunity to have you share that if you're up for it. So
Right.
that's something we could do at the end of the. In fact, let me set that up. I got so excited about hanging out with you that I didn't do that. So let me get that organized here. And also, I want to I want to ask you a question. This was on my mind
Yeah, go
before you
ahead.
jumped on. And the question I want to ask is what what do you do when you don't know for sure what to do next? How do you process that information? And I thought that you would have an answer for me because that thought crossed my mind, and it's like I want Terry to answer this question for me.
That's very cool because I'm quoted, and I teach this. Presence is the point where manifestation becomes action. What does that mean? You let go of yesterday. You don't worry about tomorrow. You think about what you're thinking about right here, right now, without all the crosstalk going in your head. And
Mhm.
what comes out, manifest, is a religious word a lot of times, but it really means to come to light, to see it. So presence, once you are present with whatever it is that you're thinking about, all of a sudden ideas start to come to play. A person will pop into your mind and you're not quite sure why, but you just stay present with it. And then all of a sudden, oh, I talked to them at a party once a few years ago, and they were working on something that I'm thinking about now. Man, I reach out to them, as opposed to sitting there going, God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So presence is the point where manifestation becomes action. You reach out to somebody, you give them a call, pick them up on Zoom or wherever, and uh, you're you're reinforcing that self confidence. It's bringing you out of the funk, so to speak, depression,
Mhm.
those kinds of things, because you are actively engaging yourself in your own self promotion and your own idea. It's not trying to psych yourself up for the idea your boss gave you. This is yours. You own
Yeah.
it, right? So it's very powerful.
And the backstory to that is you've seen my videos. I've sent you a personal video and said, "Hey, join the pirate, broadcast." You've seen
Yeah,
the dub videos, and it's a tool that I love, and I really believe that a lot of people can change their world with this tool. And they did some recent updates, and so I created a mastermind. A 5 week, a 5 week. I figured 5 weeks I could teach everything about it, get you set up and everything about it, and I put it out to the pirates. I don't know if you received an email
I
or
did.
not. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, for 5 weeks we could hang out, have some fun. 5 weeks of fun, and um, you could learn a new skill that could teach you how to make connections. Where I've booked over 450 episodes of the pirate broadcast by using this technique, and
Sure.
I've booked thousands of phone calls and actually Zoom calls with this tool, and dozens in a day. And I'm thinking to myself, that's a powerful, that's, to me, that's powerful. And I'm thinking, okay, well, is it just me that thinks it's cool, or is anyone else think it's cool? Because people tell me, hey, I've never received anything like that before. So I think it's kind of special. You know, it's like that letter that you receive in the mail because you haven't received the letter in the mail for 10 years. And it's just one of those ideas, just like you just answered, you know,
Yeah.
think about somebody that you care about, something that you want to do for them, and how you can help somebody, or at least reach out to them. And I'm just thinking to myself, I just need to start reaching out and sharing some of this information and putting it out there. And I just think,
Yeah,
I think
a
it's
lot of
important.
my success, I told you about going from 1,700 to over almost 48,000 in roughly 17 months on LinkedIn followers,
That's
right?
amazing.
And like I do 2 gigs, a live on Tuesday morning, very early,
Uh-huh.
5:45 a.m. Eastern, very early, and
Yeah.
it gets a great play because my target market's Central Europe right now, so that's their day, so it
Mm-hmm.
works good.
Yeah.
And then I when the lockdown first started, I was looking at LinkedIn one morning within the first couple of weeks, and it was post after post after post. 10 things to think about now. 20 things to check with the company. Did you do this? Did you do that? It was all good stuff.
Uh-huh.
But nobody was talking about, here's all these consultants and coaches and really thought leaders like myself. What are you doing? And I went, what are you doing? Wow, killer concept. Because I know, and I researched this, if I'm going down through LinkedIn, for instance, on the feed, and I see a Zoom with 2 people on it, I'll hover over it and see how long it is. If it's 5 minutes or less, I'll click on it,
Uh-huh.
right? So the open rate's huge on these, and I keep them at 5 or less minutes. And there's something relevant about the person that I'm interviewing, right? They're talking about something they're doing right now. Now,
Mm.
granted, that I post them in a strategic way. 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays has been. I have patterned my followers and my clients and everybody to look something for me at that time every week, because
Yeah.
that's the day before the weekend head starts, right?
Yeah.
And those videos have had huge success for the people I'm interviewing, because they're talking about what they're doing in the real world for people, or book launches. Well, one of them just launched a new mastermind, and I would think I have helped him a little bit, but he said he filled the mastermind in 2 weeks after the post. I hope that helped. He was advertising too, so I'm not going to
Yeah.
take full responsibility for that.
Sure.
But people are watching.
People are watching. People are watching, and you never know where and when they're going to show up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And thinking of showing up, I just want to give a few people a shout out here in the room. Michael Baker, always a fan, just a fan of you, Michael Baker. Just really appreciate you being here. Good morning, Pirates. Elise from South Africa, thank you so much showing up. Jimmy Jam, we talked about that. Morning, gents. A huge fan of Jimmy Jam. James. Jenny Gold out of Colorado. Good morning, Russ and Terry. She has her show.
Hi, Jenny.
She's going to be out there. Darren, D
The D-Roo.
what's going on? Michael Baker says it's about helping them see things for themselves and take ownership of their lives and their future.
Hey, man, yeah, you got it.
We got a powerful crew here. We got a powerful crew.
Movers and shakers in the crowd.
Nina Perez, she has a podcast, an awesome individual that is part of the WindJet community. If you're out there and you want to learn more about the WindJet community, I encourage you to pay attention to that. It was awesome yesterday as well. Russ, you're amazing. Thank you so much. I love you, Nina. Thank you. Pirate Nation, Yes. Here, let's go to the Pirate Nation. If you want your pirate treasure, you want to win some pirate treasure, type in hashtag Pirate Nation, and then we can do that. And I want to say, Hyatt, here for a minute or two. Jump in, Diane. And Louis? I got scolded yesterday because I was not pronouncing your name correctly, so I apologize. Good morning, Russ and Terry. Groovy Los Angeles, awesome topic. Pirate Nation, hashtag Pirate Nation, Pirate Nation, Pirate Nation, Pirate Nation. Terry, see, we have people. You have followers. You have fans. You have people that know your content. They like your content, and they're out there looking for advice, adventures. And I wanted to kind of pivot into the idea that this consortium and some of the things we were talking about before the show is it may have been something that is now time, and people are anxious to get experts in the field and recruit and get help. They need guides. So how have you structured this guiding principle to help others in their industry and their business?
Well, my website, evolutionaryhealer.com, has free downloads, no opt-in. I don't play that game. Silly. And just go up to the menu and hover. CR Process, for instance, has got a whole bunch of stuff on suicide prevention, PTSD, and stuff like that. Interviews, all kinds of things. The coaching has about us. That's one thing, but it's our speaker one sheets about what we do, including the consortium division. And we'll talk about that a little bit more here pretty soon. A way to get a hold of us, obviously. We have buttons, and I can't tell my clients you need to become more visible. Well, guess what? 2019, 90+% of our gross revenue came from me speaking from the stage. Well, guess what happened in 2020? Hasn't happened yet in 2021. Okay. So you make new revenue streams. You don't sit and go, oh God, now what? Within a month. Yeah. Last year, within a month, I went out to the places that canceled us, and I talked to their people, and I said, look, you've got all these people that clicked in to that calendar day, right? So let's do an online live stream or whatever, and all of us will come and talk anyway. And we have an opportunity for upsells and different things like that. And it was great. It was great. One of my had 1,124 people on one of the presentations. So it's not about me. It's about, okay, well, how can we change this into money? I'll give you a great example, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that don't follow Jamie Dimon, he's the boss of JP Morgan Chase Company. Okay. Yeah. He got his senior people together a couple of months after the lockdown started and had a conversation. Where's the money going? Okay. Yeah. Everybody's locked down and there's all this and there's all of that. Somebody's making money. Where's that money going and who's making it? And are we taking care of them? Right. And then he told his people, he said, go out and find me some billionaire money managers, and not just one or two here and there. Go hire their team. They're already solid. Okay. They're not working right now. Go get their whole team. He went out and got the whole, not the whole, but a whole team out of a competitor's major bank out of Atlanta to come and work for him while it was still locked down. Yeah. Okay. And he hired the whole team, and they're on, they were getting paid. So, this is a guy that goes, all right, we have a problem. No, we don't. We have an opportunity. Yeah. Okay. So, a bank branch, for instance, has to close for the customers. You got to keep their employees safe. Absolutely. So they can't do banking transactions. So what can they do? Right. So you change the bank branch into a mortgage services outlet, keeping everybody employed, and mortgage services is on the minds of a lot of people right now. So you're ahead of the game. You're creating a new game. You're not dealing with the old game. Okay, the old game stops, so get out of there, right?
Yeah.
Those are the different kinds of things that consortium does. It gets the people looking at a vision and go, okay, what has to happen before we hit our vision? Well, this has to happen. Okay, great. That's a stop along the road. What has to happen before that, and before that, and before that? And then you get back to today's date and you go, let's go. Because two things have happened, ladies and gentlemen. You have a vision for the future that everybody believes in because it's achievable and everybody loves to achieve. But here's the biggie. Every person, right down to the person pushing the broom on the shop floor, believes in it.
Yeah.
And when they do that, they're excited to come to work. I mentioned earlier, people who are achieving don't get sick, they don't burn out, and they don't leave the company. These are the things that big business, well, it doesn't even have to be big business. It could be a small mom and pop operation. Okay. We can't do what we do right now. So what do we want to do?
Yeah.
Let's change it up. Okay. So those are
I don't know about you, Terry, but I have actually my business has accelerated in the last 2 years. And I think it's because people are in transition of, like you're saying, think differently. They're thinking for they're looking forward to the next game, the next opportunity, the next opening. And whenever that takes place, whenever transition happens or a disruption happens, opportunity takes place. So there are a lot of people thinking about different ways of thinking.
Right. And those opportunities right here, ladies and gentlemen, right here. You don't have to go knock on doors anymore necessarily. The dropship business and supply chain has morphosized. It didn't change. It's morphosized. It's amazingly bigger. Look at Bezos and Amazon, and those different things. It's like, okay, we can't do this anymore. So big deal. What are we going to do? And how's it going to drive revenue? And how's it going to take care of our people? Because the better we take care of our people, like Branson with Virgin, okay? Right. You take the best care of your employees, they'll take care of the customers. And that's exactly what happens. You get on a Virgin flight and get bad service. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Yeah. And those people come to work happy to be there every day because they know that Richard Branson and everybody below him believes in them. So that's a big deal.
And I think part of it is the ownership of the individual feeling like they're part of something greater than the sum of the parts. When you have, like you're saying, when you can accomplish something and you can be part of a team that's accomplishing a bigger goal and you're thinking, man, I'm contributing to this team. That's a huge part of, not being homesick, not taking the day off, not saying, oh, it sucks to be here, and when everybody's excited about the outcome and everybody's excited about the journey, it makes it so much easier to work in an environment like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Jamie Dimon again. I'm a big fan. You can hear that. The other day, they had a milestone at one of the branches in New York. He shows up and helps them celebrate that milestone. Powerful, man. Powerful. Here's this mega millionaire, charge of the world, and he shows up at the local branch and parties with the people. Okay. And that's power. And all of you out there listening right now, what we teach, Russ, you do it right here on your program. And what I teach is walk the talk. So if I'm telling you or teaching you or coaching you or mentoring you to do X, Y, Z, that's because I'm already having success at X, Y, Z. So I can say with full confidence, do it. Okay. The more people use video right now and going forward, the better. Fill the airwaves with video. It's okay. Just don't get long mouth and say stuff that's not important. You can have my 2-minute lives are powerful because
I
for 2
ramble
minutes,
sometimes, Terry. I just have to tell you. Sometimes I
2
ramble.
minutes, you can put a lot of pondering information into somebody for the week in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't sound like much, but it is when you're talking for 2 minutes.
I used to do the 2-minute tips in 10 minutes or less.
Well, that's one of the things that I teach my people is if you're going to put out a 2-minute gig, stay 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 20 seconds tops, but do what you say you're going to do and people will listen to you and they'll follow you. Right.
Well, you see stories and you see TikTok and you see so many people that are, everybody's busy. And if you can capture something and you can share an idea and a concept and knock it out in less than 30 seconds. I enjoy and appreciate that kind of information. I don't know why anybody else wouldn't. And I want to come back to the crew. Wendy's here. Good morning, Terry and Russ. Do you each own a tiny bit of the ship? I promise not to drill a hole under my seat because it would affect the rest of the crew. And I also want to remind everybody, I screwed up as I was so excited to talk about Terry and some of the things he has going on that I did a typo. So type in Pirate Nation again so I can actually collect all of your information. So I apologize for my fat fingers and my typos, but Pirate Nation, just type it in and Terry, I'll connect you with Terry after the show and we can get you connected and it'll be awesome. I promise. So Terry, we're talking about this whole idea and this concept of change and evolution, and not everybody's comfortable with change and transition and, the process. So how do we kind of breathe into ourselves and kind of, understand that it's okay to be changing into something else? What are some tools we can use to maybe provide that?
Well, let me start with the name of my company. Evolutionary is eve of illumination. Healer is to heal thyself and move forward. Evolutionary healer. Okay. And when I talk to folks, even from the stage, I've keynoted internationally, and it's about presence is a point where manifestation becomes action. Get present with yourself. What is it you want? You're not wearing the same shoes you were 10 years ago. You're not driving the same car probably. And so that is out. So just allow that to just go away. It's, maybe you're drinking a different beer than you did back in the day. Right. It's everything changes. It doesn't matter. The part that we seem to want to hold on to is that memory or that history of the good times. We don't want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
But while you're doing that, you're not giving yourself the opportunity for new good times. Do you go and see the same movie at the movie theater year after year after year? No, because it's not there. Okay. Yeah. You might see it 3 or 4 times in a row in a couple of courses of a month because you got crazy about it, but it eventually goes away. We evolve. We are all evolving units, and we're emotion based. When we get tied up in the negative emotions about what we're doing, you really get to take a look at what's causing those emotions and why are you allowing them to stay. Most of what your anxiety is for moving forward into the future is because you're hooked on traumas that have occurred to you in the past that won't be, they're not even existing anymore.
Right.
Okay. And we have a habit because we're community type people. Okay. We tend to hang and to listen to people who may not have our best interests in mind. They want to be able to say, I kept Pirate Captain from doing this. That's right. That's me. I did that. Rather than saying, I pushed Russ Johns until he was bloody on the knees to get where he was going, and he did it. And I'm so proud of him. And
Yeah.
so what happens with that? Because when you give love to multiple people give that love back to you. So what's happening? Massive amount of love and support and encouragement's coming at you, as opposed to a bunch of negative stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a reason to move forward. You can't get to the post office unless you take a step. You know, you got to go to the mailbox or somewhere. All right. So just take the step, you know.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, I want to remind everybody, please type in hashtag Pirate Nation once again, so we can actually, we got a couple of people that signed up. So if you're still on, you're still listening, you're still here paying attention to this amazing confirmation of pirate wisdom that Terry's bringing to the table. Love to share more. So Terry, I know that all of the links to connect with you and everything else is going to be they're going to be included in the show notes. Everything else can be found at russjohns.com. This will be put out to multiple locations, at least 20 locations by the end of the day today, broadcast out there in the world. And I just want to share and continue to share you, and applause to you and gratitude for you being here today. Thank you so much for participating.
You're a ball. You're a lot of fun, and I follow you. I am a Pirate Nation pirate. Okay. And you're relevant, you're relevant to the heart and to the soul. The people that come on here are real people who have a legitimate place in the world. That's powerful. You can't buy that.
Yeah.
It's just there.
There's
right?
some amazing individuals that have shown up in my life. And I know that, much of the same that has happened for you as well. So completely resonate with that.
Yeah. Yeah. A very, very good friend of mine came from interviewing me on a podcast when my book first came out. We are very, very dear and close friends now.
Now, share your book before we go.
Well, this is one of them. I'm writing a new one.
You've done several.
Yep. Profiling for Profit, What Crossed Arms Don't Tell You, is the art of reading nuances of muscle movement instead of the whole body, the crossed arms, all that kind of stuff. I sold a $2,000 suit to a guy standing in front of me with his arms crossed. Okay. Because there were other signs that I could read that he was ready to buy the suit that we were talking about. And I just shut up in the middle of my presentation, said, so how do you want to pay for it? So Visa's fine. A few minutes later, it's in the book. A few minutes later, he sits back and he goes, wait a minute. I am a pro salesman. Okay. I sell all over the United States every month, millions of dollars worth of stuff. And I'm standing in front of you for the first time with my arms crossed and my head cocked, and you stop and close me. How did you know I wanted the suit? And I said, we're taught to cross our arms from our parents or different people. So that is a learned defensive device. But what you don't learn is the fact that you tipped your head down and slightly to the left. If you ever pick up a baby, you're going to put it over your heart. That's the left side of the body. And when somebody dips to the left, that's love, trust, confidence, and open to receive. And you bought the suit. I'll be damned. And he starts filling out the paperwork. And, so crossed arms don't necessarily mean anything. And that's the beauty of the book, because it's one of those little books that you read on the airplane. Then you come back to your company and you order 50 of them for the whole sales team.
Yeah. Yeah.
The beauty about it is I put it on Kindle. So I tell everybody, put it on your phone.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have this quick reference guide for going into meetings and doing different things, Zoom calls, emails, how to read them. It's very cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, Terry, let's give somebody a gift today, and let me share this out. And before we wrap up today and go about doing our thing, sound fair?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's make this happen. I love the opportunity to do this. Let me share this out. It's kind of a fun thing. Real draw. Let me move this out of the way. It's happening. Winner, Jenny Gold is the winner. Welcome, Jenny. Thank you so much. I just talked to Jenny yesterday. So, woohoo.
This American Sign Language for applause.
I love it.
Works really great on Zoom.
I love it. I love it. Well, Terry, I really appreciate you and all the work that you do. And I'm an avid fan. So thank you for being in the pirate community. Thank you for sharing your gifts and your message. And as always, as a pirate, you're always welcome back. So if you have announcements or updates in the future, let's book another date in the future. So I appreciate you.
Right on, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks
everyone
for stopping in.
and for everyone out there, all the gratitude in the world for showing up, being here, supporting the community, making sure that you have an opportunity to learn something new, meet someone new, collect and collaborate all the information you need to be successful in your world, because kindness is cool, smiles are free, and you enjoy the day. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for joining the Pirate Broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that